One of the trickier questions to answer in poker is how often does our opponent have a flush draw? Let's say, for example, we have two queens and the board comes out 9-4-3 with two diamonds on it. We'd like to know how often our opponent that called raise has a flush draw. And to answer the question, we're going to have to look at a lot of different factors. First off, we're going to look at range of hands our opponent plays. So let's say, for example, we're playing against a tag, and this particular tag has a range that looks hands that looks something like this. Now, if we look at this range in more detail, we'll notice there are 176 combinations this player is playing out of 1,326 possible combinations, which comes out to about 13.3% range, or that's what we'll use for our estimate. Obviously, it can be a little bit less or more depending on how close our estimate is to the actual range, but we'll use this for an example. Okay, and what we really want to know here is, well, okay, they play 176 combos. How many diamond combos of these 176 does our opponent hold? Well, if you look at this range in a little more detail here, we'll circle the suited cards right here. And if we count these out, we'll notice there's a total of 17 different suited combo possibilities here. But if we have one caveat here, and that's we want to get rid of the 4 and the 3 of diamonds because we don't want to double count that because that's already on the board. So we don't actually have 17 diamond combos. We have a total of 15 diamond combinations. And if we plug that into our equation here, we take the diamond combos, which is 15, and divide it by the 176 combinations that our opponent plays, which gives us a total of about 8.5%. So about 1 in 12 times, if a tag with this specific range calls our raise preflop and we have queens, they're going to have a flush draw. Now let's take a look at a different hand range, and let's give the opponent a little bit more hands played. Let's say we're playing against a lag, and this lag likes to play suited connectors. We're going to give the lag pretty wide range, not super wide, but a decent wide range, and we'll just say they like to play most of the suited cards out there, except with the exception of a few suited cards. So, okay. This lag plays 514 combos in our assumption out of 1,326 total combos, and that comes out to approximately 38.8%, almost 40% of the hands played in most of the suited cards here. And again, we want to know, of these 514 combos, how many of these are diamond? Well, we circle this area right here, which is the suited cards. And one thing to keep in mind is with the 4 and the 3 in the flop, we don't want to have those double counted. So we're going to eliminate that from our calculation. And if we count all this up, I'll do it fast to save you time. I come up with 48 diamond combinations. So there's 48 out of 514, and if you work that 48 out of 514 out, it comes out to about 9.3%, so pretty close percentage-wise to the range we had for the tag. It's slightly higher because they like to play suited cards. So about 1 in 10, 1 in 11 times this specific opponent that calls a range or calls a raise will have a flush draw. Now, some of you might be asking, well, what happens if our opponent likes to play even more hands? Well, let's say they play all the suited connectors and even more combos. Well, if we look at this board here, we'll notice that 53 is a maximum number of diamond combinations an opponent can have when there's 2 diamonds on the board. So, let's say we make some adjustments here. Let's say they play 700 combos for 52.8%. There's 53 diamond combos. They'll have a flush draw 7.6% of the time. If they play 900 combos, that comes out to almost 68% of hands played. They'll have a flush draw 5.9% of the time. And if they play 1100 combos, that's 83% of the hands they're dealt. They're going to have a flush draw approximately 4.8% of the time, and if they play 1,300 or almost all their hands, 98% of their hands, they're going to have a flush draw about 4.1% of the time. So actually, the more hands somebody plays, in addition to the pseudo connectors and stuff, the last probability that is that they're going to have a flush draw when they on a board like this, and you have either top pair or an over pair. And that pretty much wraps up our brief overview of how often an opponent might have a flush draw. Again, one of the things we have to keep in mind is if we're close with the range, then our estimates will be close. If we're off in our range estimates, then our estimates are obviously no good. But this just gives us a ballpark figure. Thank you for watching.